Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Quest XI. So yeah, last time out we headed into that cave and we defeated that lizard fuck. He was who had taken the people of Phenomenon and their belongings kind of hostage, to kind of after saying he would basically just protect all the most treasured items and stuff like that. So we went into the place and kicked his ass and reunited Dar with his son and got them to kind of make up and stuff like that. So now we're going to be talking to Sylvand. But Sylv kind of went off on his own and was kind of thinking about things. Sorry. He was thinking about things before we've come up to try and see, what the hell's... see what the hell he is going on with him.
You've seen that power for yourself, but you still want to fight him, don't you?
It's part of the game, buddy. I don't have any choice. I wonder if you say... I think if you say no, there is a but thou must. Are you really sure about that kind of thing? But whatever. So, I kind of like it here that in the original game, he just kind of says, I've been going around and trying to put smiles back on people's faces in the face of all this death and destruction, and we didn't really get to see it, obviously, in the original cut. But in the definitive edition, it's kind of cool that we saw him going around to various parts of the world and kind of righting wrongs and trying to spread smiles and happiness once again. So I think it's kind of cool that we get to see that and then get to hear him talk about it here. I kind of like that. So yeah. So here we go. Basically... he wants to go off with us to save the world, but he doesn't want to put his new boys in danger, as you'd expect he wouldn't want to. They're not really fighters, to be honest with you. So for us to head off with Sylvand once more and kind of bring him back on a journey with us to defeat Mordegon, we're going to have to take his merry band to somewhere for protection. And Sylvand knows just the place. We're going to be heading back to Puerto Valor to meet Sylvando's father, Don Rodrigo. But the problem is that he hasn't really spoken to him in a very, very long time. And he's kind of worried about going back to see him, so... Sorry. So, yeah, pretty much what we're going to have to do... is we're going to have to go off, head to Puerto Valor to drop off these guys before we can welcome Sylvando officially back to the party. So that's pretty much where we're going next. We're heading to Puerto Valor, and we're going to be meeting up with Sylvando's father to see what so that we can get Sylvando back into the main party. But Sylv's got to break the news first to his boys.
Darlings, I have an announcement to make. My parading days are over.
It's so over the top. I love it. And I love the over the top reaction as well. It's so ridiculous.
But do not fear. It will only be for a little while. I will return as soon as the Lord of Shadows is defeated.
I also kind of like the fact that Sylvando is like, he's basically set up something for himself, directly after the end of the game when Mordegon's defeated. Because as soon as Mordegon's defeated, he can go back to his merry band and go kind of be traveling a traveling entertainment troupe again. So I kind of like that. It's kind of rare that you see that in, at least from the RPGs that I've played anyway. It's kind of rare that you get someone who's kind of as part of the story kind of sets up what they're going to be doing after the events of the game and the big evil motherfuckers defeated and all that. So I kind of like that about Sylvander.
And I won't be leaving you high and dry. I'm going to ask my papi to look after you in Puerto Valor.
My papi.
Puerto Valor.
I love the way that he.
Wait.
I love the way that he talks about his father. It's so awesome. And yeah.
Surely not. Surely you cannot be Don Rodrigo's.
And Hendrix finally figured it out.
So you finally figured it out, huh? Same old stone-headed Hendrik. Such a sweet...
Yeah, and he used to know Hendrik because he apparently trained with Hendrik when Hendrik went to train with Don Rodrigo. I love that reaction. Again, that reaction's so fucking over the top, but I love it. It's so good. So, yeah. That's where we're heading off to next. We're heading off to Puerto Valor. We're heading off to Puerto Valor so that we can... I love it. I love Hendrik's reaction.
Abandoned the name his father gave him. Don Rodrigo must be furious.
Finally, you're out of that pose, buddy. Time to move on.
All comers quite a shock. Sylvando is none other than the son and heir of Don Rodrigo.
That's one of my favourite things, though, was with Hendrik. There are a few times where he does something that's so fucking out of character, that strays a bit too far away from his kind of macho, kind of stoic image, and it's so fucking out of nowhere that it's so fucking funny. I love it. It's so good. It's kind of like the opposite of... He's kind of basically the exact opposite of Sylv. Sylv is very ostentatious and over the top, and Hendrik's kind of very stoic and serious. So yeah, which is why they kind of make the perfect kind of foils for each other as the story goes on in the game. It's really good. Anyway, I haven't got my thing off yet. That's because. Alright, so for this side quest, you need to get your charm up to... we're going back to the academy. And basically, you talk to this person, and she wants you to have the most... the highest charm stat. So she wants your charm stat to be over... What was it? I think it has to be over 330. So your charm stat has to be over 330. Now, fortunately... the thing that Sylvando gives you, this little outfit here, if you max that out to +3, it has the highest charm stat in the whole game. I think it has something like +200 or something like that, something really fucking high. And so then all you really need to do is just buy some accessories. And that up your charm, and boom, nice and easy. As long as you up this to level 3, and as long as you have the right get the right charm increasing accessories up to level +3 as well, then you'll be just fine. Oh, boom. What have we got? Item earned. The Agility Gilet, which, as the name suggests, it significantly increases your agility. It's pretty useful for someone like Eric, whose agility kind of is related to his... his agility is quite important for, stealing stuff and all that kind of thing, and for his attacks. So yeah, it's pretty useful. Anyway, we've got some more side quests to do. Another side quest we can pick up is from this dude. He wants to get some perfume for her from her hometown, which we'll be going to later on. So it's a good idea to basically accept the quest. So yeah, it's in the Cryptic Crypt in Hotto. Basically, her dad makes perfume. And so talk to. We've got to go to. We'll be going to Hotto later, so talk to him, and you'll get that. It's nice and easy quest, really. Next, we go up to. Is this? This is near the entrance. So, talk to her, and what she wants is I can't remember. What's the side quest? Let me think. Wants you to deliver okay, so yeah, sorry. This is for much later in the game because we can't go to Sniffelheim just yet. But basically wants you to deliver a diploma to a student of hers, I think it is. So just talk to her, and so that is a pretty easy one to do as well. Right, so now we talk to this guy. So he wants to solve. This guy wants you to solve his riddles. The way that it works is that he's basically going to say, "I want a certain weapon which does this certain thing, or an accessory, or an item, or a piece of armor that does this certain thing." So, if you want to do that, then you basically talk to him with it, and that'll be it. For the first one, you want to equip a steel broadsword. And boom, there you go. I think you need to do it 2 more times, and we can't get the other items yet, the other equipment needed to do his next few, so we're just going to leave it there. And so now we're going to head to... Where am I going? Tom, where are you going, buddy? Okay, right, sorry. So yeah, now we're going to the... Now we're moving on with the story. Time to head to Puerto Valor. This one, I admit, I fucked up a bit. So, if we move forward here, basically the main piece of land here, like if we move over here, yeah, the main entrance to Puerto Valor is blocked, and so I thought I had to... so I thought I'd fucked up and I didn't unlock something. That's why I was kind of blocked out. But no, if you go down to the beach, there's a little passageway that you can go through, and it's pretty easy to get through. In terms of new enemies here, we don't really have any new enemies. Like, it's just those giant plant monsters that we've fought a million times before. Obviously, they've got a pretty high percentage chance of being the kind of vicious versions, so they'll hit harder, but that's really it. Nothing really worth talking about. And again, no point in grinding, no point in fighting random battles yet, until I've got all my party members back, and you know what I mean. So there's really no point until you've got all your party members back to, fight random battles. Anyway, so Sylv needs to compose himself, so he's not going to come with us. So yeah, at this point, I was like, fuck it. Alright. Let's put my Demon's Bane back on. Right, now I'm good to go. You're being a little coward, aren't you, you bitch? Alright, whatever. I'll sort it out for you, why not? So if you come here as well, basically you can go to the casino and there's new items for you to win, which I'm not bothering with because it's a pain in the ass. But you can, there's a new strongest weapon to get, and there's also a new book to get for crafting new items and weapons and stuff. So if you want to go out your way to do it, you can, but I've never felt the need to. So let's go talk to Don Rodrigo, who I think he's been injured after
Don
what
Rodrigo,
happened with Yggdrasil falling, and so he's kind of recovering at home. Also, if you go into the weapon store, you can find new weapons. Like you can find a new axe for Hendrik, and there's a new sword for the hero, and that's about it. But it's not really worth going for it at this moment in time. we're pretty strong at this moment in time, so we don't really need to upgrade our weapons and equipment just yet. We can wait a little bit longer.
To think that the great lump of meat who came
So yeah, we meet Don Rodrigo here, and he's about as far away from Sylvando as you can possibly get. Again, he is very much closer to the Hendrik mold, where he's very kind of stoic, kind of hard-arsed and that kind of thing, where he's very much like, you know, I'm a soldier and I'm, you know, toughest of the tough and all that kind of character. Although I will say, you know, he does get very
Don Rodrigo and I have much to discuss. Perhaps
angry as well, because he's a very emotional man, so he does have outbursts. So yeah, at this point, basically, Hendrik is telling us, "Hey, me and Don Rodrigo have got to talk. Fuck off." And so he wants to talk. Ooh, this you can get how to make platinum headgear and platinum mail. That's really useful. That's a the +3 of those items are pretty fucking strong at this point in the game. So. File of Finessence. I think that's for crafting. But anyway, so while they're talking, he wants us to go off and find Sylvando. So let's go find the little fucking crybaby. Wow, I waited a little bit there. What was going on? What was I thinking there? Anyway, if you're thinking there's new items, there isn't really anything new. Yeah, I talked to Dav, and he will tell you that he's by the beach. So, go find him. But, yeah, in terms of new items and new stuff that you can find, nah, there's nothing new. In terms of in Puerto Valor itself, like in the overworld. There's no new chest or anything, so move on. Yep, it's time to face your music. You're waiting so long for this. Yeah, I kind of like this as well, that Sylvando is kind of like, he's, you know, quite prepared to go and face off against the Lord of Darkness, but his father's a bit too much of a task for him to face him, so, you know.
I'm so scared.
They do kind of explain, basically, that what ended up happening was that Sylvando kind of found his love of theatrics and kind of and theatre and all that kind of thing, and, you know, that need to want to make people happy. And of course his father was absolutely livid because he wanted him to be a super strong kind of army, you know, kind of a soldier like him. But yeah, didn't quite work like that. Yeah, he's talking about it here, actually, that he went to play, I think he says. No, he went to the circus, that was it. Sorry. Went to the circus with his family, with his father, and basically fell in love from there, and basically was just like, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to go off and do that. But yeah, his father was not very, very happy about that, and so he didn't let that stop him, and he kind of left. And basically he made a kind of he kind of made a deal with his father. It isn't quite a deal, isn't maybe not quite the right wording for it, but he basically said, you know, when I come back from doing all this, I'll have spread all the smiles in the world, and I will have you know, and you know, he will have made everybody happy, and of course he hasn't quite done that yet. So he's still got a ways to go. Sorry. So I think he's got to go talk to his dad and kind of let bygones be bygones. Let's head off. So now we've got to go meet Don Rodrigo. Although we already have met him, but you know, we've got to take Sylvando to him. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing. So let's head over there. And up we go. Pretty easy to find. Oh, and there's the butler's up here now, I think. Or he's in the room, I think. Yeah, so we get this little cutscene with the attendant who's basically like, oh my god, it's you! Don Rodriguez's son, you're back! And I kind of like how everybody else is kind of straight-laced like his father, and so they're not quite sure how to react to him being back and to react to his personality, so I kind of like that. So yeah, time for us to head in, and that is going to be it for this part. Join me next time for the next part of Dragon Quest XI, when we'll have Sylvando's showdown with his father. So yeah, see you next time.